Hi, this is Mahesh Kosuri. Yeah, in previous video we have seen like how to bring the transaction data from some other party system. Like here in this example, I have taken Excel sheet, right? So from the Excel sheet, one file, Excel workbook, one sheet I have taken as the source system. I mean, data source, and I have uh, uploaded that data into this SAC system. Okay, now data is available here. So, okay, before continuing, just again, I'm telling this is only the basics who are very new to the SAP and SAC system. Okay, yeah. So, because why sometimes I go in detail, that's why. So, if any professionals are there, they definitely feel bored. Okay, so here I am showing you the where is data located here. I have brought the data into the SAC system. So let us go and see whether my data is residing in the system or not. Here is one tab you can see, right? One toggle data foundation view option is here. If I go here, here you can see data. Your, I mean, whatever the flat file data we have loaded, all this data here it is available. All this data in the sense it is preview only, not entire millions of records. Okay, so yeah, here you can see whether your data has been loaded or not. If you hide, you can by clicking on this one you can hide and you can open it. So this is how we can see the data here. And see, the system is always when you are bringing data from one system to the another system, generally we call it as ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading. That is the process, right? Extraction, transformation, and loading. But in SAC, what I have found, it is not only the ETL, it is ELT also. I mean, extraction, loading, and transformation. That feature I have found here, because before loading the data we have to, I mean, we have to do the transformation. That is the regular process. Even in BPC system, if you take an example, before bringing the data into the BPC we use some transformation files, conversion files. There we do all the mapping. In the conversion files we do some to JavaScript to convert the data. So the transformation completes before loading the data into the BPC itself. Here also we do the same, but of course, one more facility we have here, that after loading the data also we can do the transformations. That's what you can see here. If you go for view, here you can see transform data. Do you want to do the transformation after loading? If yes, then go here, transform data. Then you can transform your data by using some JavaScript keywords. So here you see your data is showing here, right? 17 rows it is showing and 6 columns we have. Now here you can see create a transform. Default it is showing some of the keywords like concatenate, split, extract, replace, change, and filter. Okay, so only these options are there. transformation. So here not only these transformations, we can do some other transformations also by clicking on this toggle custom expression editor. Here one feature we have, right? Here one interesting thing. This is really interesting. If you type type here, the relevant functions are populating, right? If you control space bar, if you click on it, all the functions, available functions, are populating here. All the available functions are populating, and here you go functions. Here you can see these functions are classified as per this categorization, like numeric functions, string functions, and date, spatial, others. So these are all the functions we can use to transform our data, and we can generate the new columns also. For example, I will give I will generate one column here. Okay, so let us take the brand variant. Okay, this is the brand variant we are showing. Here is the brand variant I am showing. Okay, besides this brand variant, let us generate one more column with lowercase, suppose. Okay, so here I am taking first, I will write the column name. I go with lowercase. So lowercase, once I select, it is generating the syntax. It is asking us to enter the column name. I will enter like this is lowercase. I'm entering. So lowercase, what string I will pass here? It will populate. Once you key in, it will populate the table column. That's fine. Okay. So this expression I have written here. Now I am executing this. So the system has generated one more column here. Besides this brand variant, here you can see all the values here, right? So this is how you can generate the transformation also. Okay, now we go to the transform log. What is this log? I have selected this column, so it is showing what transformation I have written here. Now if I select this one, is there any transformation for this one? No. So one, you can go to this transform log, and here you see custom expression we have written for brand variant, it is showing. Now if you want to edit, you can edit it, or you can delete also. So this is what the transformation that I noticed in this SAC system. Like you can build a number of transformations here. After loading the data also, you can call your fields, and you can keep your transformation. I mean, you can manage the transformations. Let us keep this one, okay, for our understanding purpose. Now let us go back to our table. Okay, let us go back to our table. Okay, let us close the data transformation. Save changes before closing. Okay, I'm saving these changes for our understanding purpose. even though it is actually duplication, we know that, okay, but we are storing this, I mean, we are saving this column, whether we can access this column in our story dashboard or not. Okay, so this is what the transformation. That is one thing we have, or you can notice what is the whether we can do the transformations or not after loading the data into the SAC. Okay, so we have understood like extraction, transformation, and loading. Now let us go to the structure of this table because we have loaded, right? So this brand variant, don't know, sorry, I'm new to this recording sessions. Okay, so here you can see a brand variant. It is showing 18, 18 members are there, zero hierarchy, and this is the public. Here brands also you can see it is the public dimension, zero records. Sorry, zero hierarchy it is. Let us see the version dimension. Currently we have maintained two members, right? It is showing the two members. How the second member has come into this version dimension, I will tell you how what I did. See, actually this version dimension is one important concept in SAP SAC system analytics cloud. This is private to the, I mean, private dimension to this model, right? That's what we have discussed in the when we are creating the model. So how do we maintain the members in this dimension, in this version dimension? Date dimension already we know. We have seen how we maintain. Suppose if I open this date dimension here, and we have seen how do we maintain the uh, master data in this date dimension, right? So system will propose some of the master data based, I mean, propose some of the master data in the sense by default, it it is taking from the current year to the next year. Here I have adjusted the year for the date dimension, and granularity I have set like hierarchy, and default also hierarchy I have set. So that is the reason we can see these date dimension values here, default dimension. These are all the values, system generated values, nothing we have maintained, right? Even we cannot maintain also. Now, now let us see version dimension. This is very, very interesting and important concept in SAP SAC. And here, this icon also very interesting. You can see here, this icon it is showing like forward and backward version. So you can bring the actuals, you can use this version for the forecasting also. The icon is very interesting, right? The sign it is showing go forward, go backward. Okay, so here if I go to the version dimension, here I have maintained some one value here, forget of this one. Okay, but initially you see only when we are loading first, it shown only the actual version. This is the first row only it will show. You cannot maintain any member in this version dimension manually. You can see if I click on it, I'm keying in here. No, it is not allowing me to enter the data. So this is one interesting thing, right? In the version dimension is the private dimension. It's not allowing me to enter the master data here. Now, how to maintain this version data here? why it is private, how we can manage this version dimension. To manage this version dimension, SAC has provided story dashboard. There we can see one version management functionality. I don't know why we need to connect to the story dashboard. There we need to maintain all these dimension members or not. But SAC system has been designed to maintain your versions from your story dashboard. Unless you connect to your story dashboard, you cannot maintain any additional version members. Let us connect to this story dashboard. Okay. Of course, we have seen already our data in our data foundation. So once we connect to the story dashboard, there also we see the data. And let us select this one, this option, and here you can see stories, right? Stories I am selecting. This is the first story I am creating for you. Here I am selecting, there are different options are there, right? Responsive, mobile responsivities, canvas, grid. From a smart discovery, I cannot go all these options. I will select canvas only. Yeah, when you are building your story dashboard, first it is showing. Do you want to create optimized or classic? This is no more. This is being faced also where we do not need to select this one. Even we do not need to talk of this option also. Uh, Later I will discuss, but in the probably in the last videos I will cover how do we migrate this classic I mean classic storyboard to the optimized. But let us focus on this optimized design experience. So I connected to the story. It is just like connecting to the EPM add-in, but there also we need to connect it to our connection, right? Model connection we need to connect, so that then only we can bring our data into that EPM Excel in BPC. So here, once I connect it to the story, here you can see there are number of options. Actually, this is what optimized experience. They have integrated all the widgets and everything in this or story dashboard itself. Now let us focus on this one. Okay, there it is showing more and view. Let me call this table here existing model. You select the existing model or the new model or a empty model. So this is our existing model. So I am selecting here. So this is one I have selected. Here I have data. Okay, this model is having some data, so it is selecting, I mean it is showing these values. And builder, it is showing builder, and there are some styling and everything is here, builder. And let us hide this builder for some time. Okay. Okay, now we are seeing some data in the sense whatever the data we have loaded, we are seeing the data here, right? Okay, now here we go. I mean, more we go. Here you can see version management and version history and version management. What is this version management? If you go here, version management, it will show you whatever the available versions, public versions it will show, and private versions also it will show. So what is the private versions? Private versions are the versions those users creates for themselves, and they maintain data for in that private version. They can share this private version data with some other users. Once we start to talking of the story dashboard, then we can discuss of it, how they share and everything is. Currently, how they maintain the version master data. Okay. So here you can see public versions. Here, in my previous videos, actually, I have maintained one more version, that is forecast. That is the reason we are seeing forecast in our version dimension. So here I go with the one more version name I will select here. Okay. I will select, say suppose budget. I will select. Here you can see the category, version category. So version ID and version category. I can select anything here. So just for an understanding purpose, I am selecting the planning. Budget is also, I'm selecting it as the planning category. Budget plans. Okay. So select the budget here. Nice. I have selected I have selected budget also here. Okay. Once I select the budget here, you can see budget here. Okay. Now let me open the other window here for you. I go to the model. This is our model. Version dimension. Now you see three. So three members I have added so far. Let me go to this one, open it. So budget also has been added. Can you delete this one? No, not possible. Right? Delete facts. You can delete the facts for this version, but not this member. So if you want to delete, again go here, again go here, you can delete it. You can delete this budget, then go here, just refresh. You can see now two members only are here. So this is how we maintain the version dimension masters. And of course there are some other options also. Not only you no need to go every time to the version management, you can use some JavaScript APIs to insert the master data into the dimensions. That is one enhancement we can see in the SAC actually when we compare with the BPC. Like in the BPCs, generally on fly we cannot create any dimension members from the EPM report, right? Dynamic, generally we cannot create. We cannot insert directly the members into the dimensions. Here, that facility is here. So we can write the master data from the story dashboard by using some JavaScript APIs directly into the dimension sheet. That's how we maintain the versions. As I said, like here, private dimensions we have discussed of, right? If you create private dimension, that won't be stored in your version dimension sheet. Here, this private dimension, whatever you create, say suppose here I'm creating like private, category is actual, say suppose, or else we can create the planning. Okay. Source version you can take. So you are copying the data of actuals. Source version I'm taking. So what happens now? This private, this whatever the actuals data there, that will be copied to your version name. Is it? So here I'm seeing private. Okay, you can see the private version. You can see here in this report. So say suppose if I enter some data here, same data I'm entering 15, 300, I'm writing this data to the table. Whatever the model we have written, that I am able to write this data to the table. Okay. So once I write this data, I will, this data is temporarily saved. We can say it is saved in the buffer state, and I can share my plan figures, I mean my private version data to other users. Read only, read write, using these options I can share with other users. If any available members are there, it will show all the members. I can share this data with them so that they can also be able to see the what is my plan figures in the private version. If they are okay, then I can publish it. Okay. So this is how we maintain the version management. Right now, I have one private version here. I have one more two public versions. Here it is showing actual only, right? It is not showing the budget and forecast because it is not having any values here. That is the reason it is not showing the rest of the two versions here. By default, all version data, customize planning area. This is one important, later we discuss of it. Okay. So the private, this is what private version. Okay. Now, one more interesting thing we can see. If you go to this version dimension, date dimension, dimensional structures are the measures. If you go here, you can see change data type, convert to dimension, copy, delete. It is showing. Do we have any data here? Yes. Let me refresh it. Sorry. Yeah. So I refreshed the sheet. Okay. So now you can see change data type, disabled, and convert to dimension. This one is also disabled. And here we have added one more column, right? So this is lowercase, it is showing, right? This is one dimension. System understood that this one is, it is proposing as dimension, and it is having zero hierarchy. It is showing, see, this is something different from rest of the dimensions. Why it is showing like this? Because, okay, here all these are disabled. Why these are all disabled here? Why? Because here you can see the options. Model was already saved with this column. Model has private versions. This action is allowed only for models without private versions. We have private version data now, right? So if you have private version data, you cannot convert to the convert this dimension as the measure. That is one thing. And generate dimension table. The same issue here is also, and the solution also same. Like model has private versions. So if you maintain the private version data, uh, you cannot you cannot change the dimension type. A dimension type in the sense you cannot generate the dimension table, and you cannot convert to the property this dimension, and even you cannot convert to the measure because of the data is there in your system. And actually this is one important thing. This is showing the dimension only, okay, not the regular dimension. This kind of dimensions we call it as uh, single dimension or simple dimension. It is actually the similar to the not similar exactly the same like linear dimension in the BW system. Generally in the BW we call it as the linear dimension. Those having only the those who are having direct link with the which one is having direct link with the fact table. So those kind of objects generally we call in BW as the linear dimension. Here we are calling it as single column dimensions. And even we cannot generate the dimension table. If we do not have private version, then of course we can generate the dimension table. Let us remove the private version and see how it happens. Okay. Again, I am going to the story dashboard, and here I go. I'm removing this private version. Yes, I want to delete this. I removed my uh, private version from my report. Still, I have some data in my in this model, right? So let us go here, refresh your model. There you go. So once you remove your private version, system is asking you want to generate the dimension table for this one. You want to change the dimension type. Even you can convert this one to the measure also. Is it for all the tables? Delete dimension table because these dimensions are already having the data, right? So that's why it is denying us to change its structure, but you have the option to delete dimension table. Let us generate this dimension table. Let us see. It is generating the dimension table in the sense it is nothing but let us make it as a private. Okay, make public. No, I want to make it as a private only. And okay, yeah. See, this becomes the dimension now. Your temporary column, whatever the transformation you have used, the transformed column we have converted as the dimension here. So that is one option, right? So now we have six dimensions. This one is the private dimension. Here you see one icon, star icon. This is not from the source. It is showing. This is from the by transforming the data, we have generated this dimension. That's how the system is uh, behaving to maintain your versions and dimensions. Date dimension and version dimension. And let us create one more dimension here. Okay, that is private dimension. I'm going to. Oh, sorry. Let me go to the measures also. Here you see convert to dimension. This is interesting, right? Change data type. Convert to dimension. Can we convert this inventory units to the dimension? It is allowing us to even we have data in this model, right? Even we have data in this model, but still it is allowing us to convert this dimension to the this measure to the dimension. How? What happens if I convert this one to the mm, dimension? Let me select the sold units because this is not required now. I am selecting the sold units here. So again, it is showing the dimension. It is proposing it as a single dimension. If you want to generate dimension table, you can generate or change dimension tape or convert to the measure. I don't want this one in this dimension structure. So I am taking it back to the converting integer. Okay, back to this integer, this one. Okay, so here you see again it is showing. So this is, there is something we have done for these dimensions. That is the reason it is showing star icon. There is a change. It is telling there is a change in these dimensions, whether it's the measure dimension or in the master data dimension. Okay. So this is how we maintain version data and date dimension data. Now let us go to this one private dimension. Let us add one private dimension. Add dimension. I want to add one entity in this dimension. Let us go with organization. Okay. So this is add new dimension. I am adding. So this is what I say, region. Region I'm calling it as. Okay. So region dimension I need, because in the coming sessions I will show you how do we do the currency translation using this organization type of dimension. It is organization is like similar to the entity type of dimension in BPC. So where we see once we create entity type of dimension, we add currency. I mean, the system will add currency by default and responsible person. Those kind of properties it will add, it will propose, and it will add default, right? So the same kind of nature, the same kind of behavior, this dimension also, um, this dimension also behaves the same way. So here I'm making it as the private. Okay, region. Here you see, don't add a dimension table. This is interesting thing actually. Add new dimension table. Okay, I'm adding the new dimension table. Region. I've added new dimension table. There I have not maintained any description. Okay, that's fine. Here you see two two properties are there. That's what it is telling. Person responsible and currency as dimension. You have two properties. One is currency as dimension, and other one is the person responsible. So region also I have added in this model structure. Let us keep in mind we have already imported the data into this structure, but still we are able to modify the, I mean, still we are able to add the dimension into this model. Let us save this one. Let us see what happens. Region default member, it is asking at least one default member we need to propose. That's what the system behavior, how, that's what how the system is behaving. Because without master data, without master data in that region dimension, we are trying to add simply one column into that dimension, into that model, right? So that's why it is showing, okay, you add at least one default member, so that we will generate, I will generate the I will generate the, I mean, I will modify the table values. If I what is the value I can see here? Unassigned. The system will propose unassigned, right? So I am proposing unassigned here. Okay, go ahead. So the model is saved successfully. This is interesting, right? When you add a new dimension to the existing model where you are having the data, it is not rejecting. It is simply accepting the dimension as one more column, and but it is asking us to give one member to it, so that it will add that member to that dimension values. I mean table values. Now let us see how how the data will be displayed for us. Go to the data foundation view here, region. See, the region entire rows are filled with null values. So this is how the system behaves when you after loading the data. If you want to try to modify your model, and the system will ask you to select at least one dimension member. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so far we have covered like how we load the master sound, how we load the transactions, what are the transformations are available in SAC, and most important thing is version, how we maintain the version dimension, and date dimension, how we maintain. Yeah, these are the things. So keep in mind like how we generate the what is the generating that dimension table and delete dimension table. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestions, or if you want to add some additional content, please suggest me. I will try my level best to give you back. Thank you all.